Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well today and is having a productive and great Tuesday morning. I am here in my studio, as you can see, getting ready to give a brief little, just a couple thoughts on Hurricane Helene. What will be Hurricane Helene? Right now, it is still just I believe, a depression. Not yet a tropical storm that I've heard, but most likely, from what I'm hearing today, will mark the day one of tropical storm Helene. Um, so anyhow, just want to share some brief thoughts here. Few things come to mind. Number one, preparedness. The whole purpose of this message is to help you prepare, not to scare you, not to trigger a response or an alarm or anything yet. There's still so much in the preliminary stages here that we have to watch out for, and just think about that. There's no accurate way to say exactly what's going to happen where yet, because the storm is still not quite formed completely. We still don't have a hurricane yet. And now they're saying it may get weaker as it moves inland very quickly, rapidly degrade in strength, which would be great for us that are more inland here, but still pretty far south. So, looking forward here, we're going to get right into it. Okay, y'all. Sorry, I just realized I had no audio there for quite a while. I went on the whole big rant. Uh, so just wanted to sit here and show everybody that not to focus on this track here at all. Don't focus on just this line. That's not going to be 100% accurate. Neither is the blue cone here. This is just a suggestion of where things could go. So most models have it on here or west of Tifton. There are some that point it more towards South Carolina, over towards the east side of Macon, towards Dublin and all that. But as a general rule of thumb, we should not focus on that line, but rather which side are you on. So when it gets time and they can get us more accurate information, I was just explaining the importance of being on the east side of the storm. If you're on the east side, that's the bad side. That's the side that typically will house all of your tornadoes, damaging winds, and so as well as the eye does that as well. But if you're on the west side of it, you're typically just going to get a whole bunch of rain. If you live around here in Southwest Georgia, you'll remember the past few times we've got the west ends of them, and it's just been a whole bunch of rain. No real substance to them except for rain. And a little gusty wind here and there. But if you're on the east side, which is initially what it was going to do, according to all the models, but now it's changed. But initially it'll give us the east side, and that was the side that kind of got everybody on a frenzy. So as you can see here, the tropical effects can be felt well outside of this area. So just don't focus so much on that black line that everybody thinks is where the eye goes. So anyhow, as you can see, they're talking about a major down here in the down here towards the Big Bend. It's going to be a major hurricane of 110-mile-an-hour winds or greater sustained. And then as it moves into southwest Georgia, central Georgia, and northern panhandle of Florida, it will quickly degrade into a tropical storm and bring much less. So we check here, and now once again, these are just predictions, but the chance of seeing 50-knot winds are relatively low, 5 to 10% in this area, and about 20 to 30 down towards Albany and Moultrie and Thomasville and all that area. But still pretty low chance of seeing some 50 knots. So for reference, if you don't know knots, 50 knots is roughly 55, 57 miles an hour. Roughly, that was just a rough estimate. But anyhow, it's just a matter of making sure that we're prepared for this. Like I say, I'll be keeping everybody as updated as possible. Once again, just remember that during these times, I have hundreds sometimes of people that inbox me asking me for information individually, and I'm sorry, I just won't do it. I don't do that. I can't give you I can't give you directly information because I have 40, 50 other people probably a day inbox me asking me what's going on. I've got businesses that call me, county people that call me and asking us. Like, I like to just do one big spiel a day most of the time. I do turn my notifications off on Messenger, by the way. So if you see me not responding, there's a reason, and I deliberately do not answer weather requests, and that's because I'm just one person. I don't have a whole team right now that can just do what they can spread the message for me. I'm a sole operator here, just by myself. So I just follow the updates that I share on my page directly. If it's really important, it will be pinned to the top of my page. And if I need to make a video of it, which you will start seeing me on here a little bit more, I will do so. But right now, we just need to be prepared for the effects of wind and a lot of rain, pretty much around here, in Albany, most of Southwest Georgia. Like I say, thankfully, it's shifting more to the east, which gives us more of the west end of it. So it's not hopefully going to be that big of a deal. It's hopefully not going to be that bad. But nonetheless, things change, and it could go back to the west. It could go more east. It could go completely the other way. Who knows? It's just right now that we're still in the earlier stages, but we're starting to get a pretty clear idea of what will most likely happen here as we progress into the next few days. I am personally not that concerned about the most populated areas right now, meaning Albany, Columbus, Macon. Macon may have something to worry about, but once again, some of this stuff you just can't tell till it's almost here. And that's one reason why, with this much uncertainty, which seems unusual, how much uncertainty there is right now, that I feel hesitant to really make any of my own predictions, but rather like now I'm just sharing what the facts of it are. Because if I feel like if I say something, it's going to change in 5 minutes like it normally does. So I and I'm not a hurricane expert, admittedly. I'm just, like I say, I'm just sharing the facts of it, what I can be presented with here from the National Hurricane Center. But once again, just remember that we are a team of people. I have other people I work along with to provide weather updates, so I do have other sources that you can tune into. And if you need help finding or connecting those sources, just just search Georgia Storm Troopers. That's one agency you can get accurate weather information from. And you can also contact, if you live locally here in Sumter County, you can get on our Citizens Corps Facebook page called Sumter County Citizens Corps, and that will have our that'll have updates between me, and I do have an assistant for that side of things. So this is just a personal update. I did want to mention that too. This is a personal update. This is not anything that reflects anybody else except my own views. That's why it said Storm Chaser Max. That's how you know if I'm going to go more out on a limb on my own here. And I feel like a lot of people have been looking to me for an answer, and I wish I had one to give you that I could back. I have predictions. I have my ideas. I have my forecast, but I'm not going to share it yet because I still have to wait till it gets closer myself, because Mother Nature, even though with all these high-tech computers and radars and models and hurricane hunters and all this, that, and the other, you still have to be very cautious, because Mother Nature is still Mother Nature. Weather is still a phenomenon. It's not something that per se is textbook, as some things are. Everything can change. There's been outbreaks in the past that have changed the whole way weather works in the eyes of scientists and meteorologists. And I am a scientist, as many know. I'm a physicist, so I understand natural sciences, and I know there is some things we're just not capable of doing accurately, and making a hurricane prediction 4 days out is still one of them things that kind of is hard to do. It's getting closer though. We're getting there where we can start sharing some more pinpointed information. Another thing briefly I want to share here is that there are a few hurricane watches in effect for some people. In the pink there, that's a hurricane watch. Then you got a tropical storm watch, and the yellow part up here, you've got a tropical storm watch for some of the more Panama City Beach area. And then down towards the Tallahassee, what's that, Keaton Beach, down here towards, I can't think of the name of that little place. I've been there many a time. But all these little places right here, Denellen, and as you can see, the problem is it's pretty much lined the whole east coast of Florida, because it looks like it's going to try to ride the coast. So as you can see, pretty much the whole part of Florida is in some form of a hurricane watch or a tropical storm watch on the west coast. Sorry, I said east coast. I'm thinking of the United States, west coast of Florida. The east coast is in the clear. The west coast of Florida. But what I was getting at is the whole southeastern United States needs to kind of watch out for the after effects of the storm, because as you can see, it's planning on, as of right now, they're saying it may turn up towards even Atlanta, and then you could have some stuff up there as well. But y'all, it's just a matter of keeping your eyes open, paying attention to different things that are important, and that are what do I say? Important and factual. There's so many people that try to be meteorologists that aren't meteorologists. They're just amateur weather people, admittedly, like myself. That's one reason I don't try to be a meteorologist. I make predictions, but they're really just for me. That's exactly what they're for, is me. They're not for everybody, because it can be a whole different phenomena. So, y'all, I'm going to get off of here and got to go deal with some things before a meeting today at noon. So Gonna go and get ready for that. But other than that, like I say, I just am gonna push a message of preparedness at this point. Be prepared for the worst, hope for the best. If you live on the east side of this, is what I'll say. Don't rush out and panic. There's no sense in doing all that. But it is something that you need to watch and take into account for if you have travel plans or weekend plans, because this will be a later in the week event. So once again, just making sure that everybody understands that there's no reason to rush and panic right now at this point. There's no reason to do that. You're going to hurt more than you're going to help. Don't go out and waste all your whole life savings trying to buy generators and all this, when realistically it's looking like now it's going to be a tropical storm, so minimal power outages. As of right now, that's what it looks like. And I will be most likely doing more updates like this regularly. I hope to get my one of my friends on here as well later on in the week sometime. But it's just a matter of making sure we're all ready for it. And whatever happens, make sure that you are ready. Make sure that you have food, water, and shelter. That's the three things you need. So anyhow, y'all have a blessed day. We'll be praying for the best for everybody, not just here, but everybody. And we'll be updating you more regularly from here on till the end of the